Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, A Touch of Flourish. Today I'm going to be revealing my daughter's urn. And while I know that's not really a conventional reveal, it's certainly something that I want to share with you guys because it means a lot to me and my husband to have a final resting place for our daughter. We lost her at the height of the pandemic, so actually right when it started. And that was March of 2020. So unexpectedly, my water broke due to incompetent cervix and had to be induced for labor, and we did lose her in the process. And so that was about 18 and a half weeks along. It's in the second trimester, and that's usually, unfortunately, when incompetent cervix happens. It has taken 2 years to get to a good place with, you know, in the grieving process, and really even just trying to find an urn that represents her. I think that's been the hardest part of all of this. I looked around online to try and find urns, and nothing really represented her the way that I really feel represents her. Like it just, I mean, I just wanted something that was sweet, that was maybe a little bit more playful. It wasn't so serious. And I did want something that had roses on it, or it was designed somehow. And I did find this one urn that was like a rose in and of itself, and it stood up, and it just, I mean, it was pretty, but it just kind of felt like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna knock it over, or one of the pets are gonna knock it over, and that's gonna be a whole other fiasco that I don't even want to deal with. So I found this perfect seller on Etsy. And let me tell you something, she has been so easy to work with. And it has been, interestingly, a process or a part in the grieving process that I didn't really know was going to hit so hard. I mean, having to go through the options when I found her listing to select, you know, what size and what decals and what font. And I mean, it just kind of opened me up again, like, oh man, this is so hard. And of course I did, you know, of course I was crying, and my husband was there to comfort me. And I mean, it was hard to make those choices, but a very, very necessary step in the grieving process. And I really couldn't be happier with it. The seller's name is Laura. It's Paper Turtle is her company. And I really recommend her if you've gone through not just pregnancy loss, but if you have a loved one that you have lost and you're searching for an urn, check her shop out, because it might be exactly what you're wanting to find. I didn't know what I wanted until I saw it. And once I saw it, I thought, this is it. We're gonna save up. You know, I had saved her that urn, the particular one that I saw that I liked. I saved it on my loved, you know, I guess it's on Etsy. You can hit love, and it groups it for you, so you can go back and look at it. And she would have one available at a time, which is understandable because she is, you know, making these from clay pots, and so she does have to take the time to make them and fire them and do all that stuff. So I mean, it makes sense, but I would go back when we did have the money, and I would see that it was sold out, and I was like, oh man, you know. And so, but it's for the best as far as timing, because I don't think emotionally I was ready. And so now that I did go through the process, and then it just arrived today, I'm telling you, it's perfect and it's beautiful. And I'm so thankful that we waited, because while, yes, it's been 2 years, and I think, you know, you might be watching this, and if you haven't experienced a loss of your child or your baby, pregnancy loss, you may not understand. You may not understand why it was so difficult to find something that represented her. But we're all different in how we grieve, and there's no wrong or right way to go about any of this. So for me, it took 2 years. For you, it might take 30 seconds. I don't know. And that's okay. There's no right or wrong way. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get to the urn reveal. And here's her urn. So you can see it has her name, Jacqueline Rose, the day that she was born, which was March 18th, 2020. Guys, this is so beautiful. Let me set it down and let you have a good look at it. Look at how perfect this urn is. Oh my gosh. I really feel that this represents Jacqueline perfectly, because it's not too serious, but it's also, you know, got the rose decals. And I just love that this is a clay urn, and I chose the speckled clay. It's stunning. You know, what I really love too is that she went and did this rose on top. And that was actually a specialty add-on that you could do, and that's what I chose. And then I asked her, hey, can you do a rose? And it turned out perfect. I mean, she was just so lovely to work with. Here is her information too. Look at this beautiful handwritten card that she sent with the urn. I can't recommend her enough. So if you're looking for an urn, I highly recommend Laura at Paper Turtle. You can find her on Etsy. She's also on social media. You can find her on Instagram under, I think it's at Paper Turtle. So I'll put that link in the description box if you want to find that. And if you would like to select an urn from her. Honestly, she has been so easy to work with. So if you're having any kind of anxiety or hesitation about maybe I've chosen the wrong thing, or I'm not sure how this is going to look, I think she's a great person to work with, because she just makes the whole process very, very easy and clear and obvious. So I can't recommend her enough. Honestly, I can't believe that 2 years has flown by. I know the pandemic has been difficult on all of us in different ways, and for us, having 2 miscarriages, you know, with our daughter, it was the late-term miscarriage and stillbirth due to incompetent cervix, and with our son, it's very early miscarriage and unknown causes. So it's just been a rough ride, and we haven't been ready to find an urn until now, and to really choose something and work with someone. It's difficult to imagine having to go through that process and kind of almost reopen an old wound, but it really actually wasn't bad at all. Thank you so much for stopping in and sharing this moment with me about sharing my daughter's urn. I couldn't be happier with how it turned out, and honestly, I'm so thankful that we waited to get something that was absolutely perfect, rather than just kind of getting something that we really didn't feel connected to, or getting something that didn't represent her. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to see more, please subscribe to my channel, A Touch of Flourish. I highly encourage you to follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, because you're going to get kind of a wider array of content and videos just pertaining to our lives and how we choose to live, what we believe, and how we persevere through every season with God. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.